get drunk.
I met you in the dark, you lit me up, you made me feel as though I wasn't know.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will be explaining about simple random sample or SRS. Simple random sample is a subset of a statistical population where each member of subset has equal probability of being chosen. For example, we have a company of 250 employees where 25 employees are supposedly to be chosen out of a hat. In this case, the population is 250 employees and the sample is random because each employee has an equal chances of being chosen.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, today I will present about the second sampling, that is a systematic sampling. Okay, the definition is a technique for creating a random probability sample in which each piece of data is chosen at a fixed interval for inclusion in a sample. Okay, next I will show you how to get the systematic sampling, an example of it. Okay, this is the step how you could get the systematic sampling. Okay, for the first step, assign a number to every element in your population. The second step is decide how large your sample should be. The third step is divide the population by your sample size. Okay, example there, 100 population divide by 12 and you get 8. 8 is the interval between the numbers. Okay, your starting point is number 5, then count it 8 until 13. 5 until 13 is 8, so that's mean by 8 interval. Okay, now continue it with 21, 29 and continuously. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum and hello guys. My name is Saiful Hadi bin Jamal Shuhaili with matrix number 255244. I would like to explain about stratified sampling. First of all, stratified sampling refers to a type of sampling method. With stratified sampling, the researcher divides the population into separate groups called strata. Then, a probability sample, often a simple random sample, is drawn from each group. So, stratified sampling has several advantages over simple random sampling. For example, using stratified sampling, it may be possible to reduce the sample size required to achieve a given precision. Or it may be possible to increase the precision with the same sample size. So I'm going to show you the example after this. Okay guys, let's continue to our lesson. This is an example how to get a stratified random sample. Okay, so the example of the question here, you work for a small company of 1,000 people and want to find out how they are saving for retirement. So there are 1,000 people who work for a small company and to find out how they are saving for retirement. So first of all, I've divided them into by their age, starting from 20 years old until 60 years old and above. So let's say there are 160 person who age 20 until 29. And then 220 who age 30 until 39, 240 who age 40 until 49, 200 that age 50 until 59. And lastly, 180 who age 60 years old and above. So the total is 1,000. Okay. And now we want to know about the sample size of the strata. Okay. Find out there is a formula which is size of the entire sample divided by population size and multiply by layer size, which is I choose size of entire sample is 50 and divided by 1,000, which is population size, and multiply by layer size, which is 160. So 50 divided by 1000 and multiply by 160 will get 8. And then we repeat the process until the 60 years old and above. And then we total up 8 plus 11 plus 12 plus 10 plus 9, we get 50. Okay, so 50 is the sample size of the strata. Okay, thank you. That's all, guys.
Okay, let's continue to cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is sampling plan used when mutually homogeneous yet internally heterogeneous groupings are evident in statistical population. There is two types of cluster sampling. There is one stage and two stage. One stage is when all units in a selected cluster are selected, while the two stage is when some units from a selected cluster are taken using SRS or taken randomly. Okay, let's continue to the advantage and disadvantage of cluster sampling. The advantage is cluster sampling just need a low cost and less travel to do it, and it also can estimate characteristic of both cluster and population. The disadvantage is cluster sampling usually less expensive than systematic random sampling, and each stage in cluster sampling introduces sampling error.